No, what's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are live for late vibes. I got my guy Staffy in the building. Staffy, what are you telling them, brother? What are you telling them?
It's pretty lonely out here, Said. You know, the Ten Hag got us playing football so bad. No one wants to do content anymore. Where's everyone? Where's Griggs?
Bro,
Where's Rhino? Where's everyone? What happened to everyone? Yeah, they
yeah,
escaped,
man.
Said. They ran away,
It's-
Said. See what Ten Hag did.
They've had enough. They've had enough talking about United. I don't blame them, man. They'd rather have a Saturday night off here where they don't want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's peak right now. Traps might join us in a bit now. He's gonna come in the next 5 minutes or so. So big up to Traps in the building. But yeah, Staffy, man. You know what I mean? I didn't go to the game today. You know what I'm saying to you? You was an early kickoff for you. What time did you wake up, by the way? What time did you wake up for this game?
So I'd like to set up my stream early. So at least I wake up by 6. I try to wake up between 5:30 to 6 for a 7:30 game, just so I can set up everything. Obviously, maybe like do make breakfast, make some coffee, just give myself an hour before the game starts. So today I woke up between 5:30 to 6, yeah, a.m.
Right. I gotta give it to you, man. I really, really do. I gotta give it to you because at the end of the day, yeah, I don't know if I could wake up for this at this time. You know the one's there. I'll be honest
This is
with
like
you.
this is
So
why when people
fair play.
say, "Oh, Americans are glory hunters," I'm like, bro, you really think I'm waking up
Nah,
at 6 o'clock to watch Ten Hag football, and that makes me a glory hunter? Come on, bro, we're better than that. We're a lot better.
nah, 100% no, 100% no. So shout out to everybody who wakes up for that. And like I said, it's waking up here for football, but then it's waking up to 10 haram ball, man. Ah, stuffy. You know what, man? You know what's mad, yeah? Everybody's just waiting for the season to finish. Like that's what I'm. This is what right now I'm feeling like. It feels like we're playing preseason football. Like when it's just slow and it's lethargic and it's very like the tempo is very slow. We don't have no urgency about. That's how we're playing right now. It is dull football, man. And like I said, we got the penalties. I'm not saying the penalties aren't deserved, by the way. I think there were two stonewall penalties, but broski, this football is so bad, man. And I'm glad I would go today. I'm glad. Genuinely, I'm not glad for my injury, but I'm glad I didn't go today to watch that. Because seriously, it's not good, man. And like I said, bro, you know what I mean? Like you come in there, you're thinking, you know what, the performance ain't gonna change, but surely against Everton, no win in the last 11, United could put up a little performance, a little bit of something. But it weren't that, bro. It weren't that. Let's be honest, it weren't that, my guy.
No, I hear you. And here's the thing, Said. I thought of that too when you said you're not going to the game. I was like, imagine if Said was at the stadium today. What would have hurt him more, his ankle or watching this football? I think you would have forgotten.
Bro,
Honestly, Said, you would have forgotten about your ankle because your eyes would be in more pain watching this game. And
yeah,
so did everyone else there. Because what, we got two penalties in the first half, and then what did we do for the rest
yeah,
of the game? Let's dissect this
nothing.
game into pieces, Side. Okay, it's only me and you today, so we can actually
Yeah,
organize this game from start to
yeah,
finish. So I guess let's start from the beginning. We had
yeah,
two penalties, like you said. Okay, so the first half we had two penalties, deserved penalties, by the way. Anyone who was saying Manchester United, blah blah blah, listen, I missed Manchester
you
United
deserved.
because I
Yeah.
missed when we used to get penalties. We don't get penalties that much, so we did get the
Lockdown
penalties.
days.
100%. You listen, that was Prime Martial winning us penalties every couple games. So
Yeah,
that was lockdown vibes. It felt like lockdown vibes. But let's go and
trust
speak
me.
about that first half and apply it to what you said. Does this feel like preseason football? Yes. I'll give you my reasons, and I guess you can go and give me your reasons.
Yeah.
The football's slow. Playing Everton didn't really help because Everton are probably as poor as us, and
Mm,
they might get relegated. They're only what 3 points off relegation or 4 points, something like that. So
mm.
they're
Yeah,
not
yeah,
that
yeah.
far off. So the opposition made the game even worse. When you look at the personnel they have versus ours, are we that much better than them, Said? Because look at our midfield versus theirs. They had Unana, Decore, and Garner. Now, when you look at
Mm,
our midfield, we had Casemiro, Mainu, and Bruno. On paper, people will tell
mm,
me our midfield is better, correct? Why did they
mm.
look better than us? Why did they have more possession and more shots than us? Why did they move the ball better than us, especially in the second half? These are the questions that we need to ask because you are right when you said this feels like preseason football. Because in preseason football, We don't care. We just want to see, players get up to pace,
Minutes.
and whatever the
Of
result
course.
is, we don't care. Why did today the result not matter to us, side? And that's the thing that we need to address. It's because we won today and it didn't even feel like it's leading us to anything. And as I said on your channel before, Said, I don't approach games looking for a performance anymore. Because I had people saying to me today, how have you been watching United all this whole season? Well, did you just join us? Did you not see United all season? This is actually one of the least bad performances that I've seen from United. Because for once we took an early lead and we didn't give it up for one reason or another.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like at this point, why are we even still having this conversation? Like, why would I expect anything different? And this is, by the way, these questions I'm not just asking to you. I'm asking it to people in the comments. Today, I need the people to engage with us because there's a lot that needs to be talked about. We usually sit here and we hear what everyone says, whether you're Marcel, Neji, or Ty, or whether you're Ten Hag out like all of us. Seriously, what did you watch from today's game and made you think you should expect anything different? Because the personnel is the same as the last couple weeks, side. Nothing changed. No, that was the same personnel that we put against City. Okay, so why wasn't the performance much better than the City game? Obviously, the City game we defended more. All these hypothetical questions will lead you to the same answer. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. You know what's mad, yeah? This manager gaslighting us. You see what the manager said, by the way? I don't know if you guys seen it, yeah? Look at this here, look at this here. The manager says, we defended very well. If you see the XG, it's much higher than Everton's. You know what's mad, yeah? I've never seen a manager gaslight us as much as this manager here does, yeah? So let me just bring you the stats, yeah? Because I'm not a stat guy, yeah? But I just want to bring it today. So this is what happened. Expected goals for United obviously had higher because penalties. What happens with penalties, yeah? They raise the XG higher because obviously it's a penalty, you know? So that's why it was higher than Everton. Look at the open play XG, 0.54 to Everton, 0.57. XG set play, Man United, 0.44 to set play of Everton, 0.91. Look at the XG penalty, 1.58 to 0.00. This is what the manager is telling us right now. This is what the manager is trying to gaslight us. You see what I mean? You know what I'm
What
saying?
he
So
does,
end of the day,
Said?
yeah.
You know what he does, Said? He does what most of us do on YouTube. On YouTube, sometimes we want to be shameless on purpose and push our agendas.
Yeah.
But sometimes we do that as a joke, or it's just we're not professionals at the end of the day. We're YouTubers. We're allowed to come here and just say how we feel. Some people like it. Some people find it funny. Some people don't worry about it. For someone like him to come out and say this, I promise you this: if Neji went on Mendham Talk and said we had higher XG than Everton, everyone would say stop waffling, Neji, because we had 2 penalties. But that's the problem. Neji's entitled to say that because at the end of the day, he's not a professional for this club. He's entitled to say whatever he wants. But how's the manager coming out after a performance like that, where you conceded 21 shots to a relegation team, a relegation fodder like Everton, is saying we had more XG? This is what I said, Said, and I tweeted this last week. I said he's insulting our intelligence at this point. And this is why when people listen, if people want to back Ten Hag and if they have real reasons why they think he could turn it around, I am open to these conversations. But when you see these things and you don't actually feel insulted, like I feel insulted, Said. If I didn't know what he was talking about and I just believed him, and then someone told me, by the way, the XG is higher because there was penalties, I'll feel like I was lied to. I'll feel like I was manipulated. I feel like I was tricked. And this is why I don't understand how people listen to this and they still take this man seriously. There's no way you used your eyes during this game and you left with this comment. Yeah, we had higher XG than them. My brother, my eyes don't need to know what the XG was. I seen the penalties. Yes, they were deserved. What if we never got these penalties? So let me answer this question. Do you think we would have scored if we didn't get these penalties?
Bro, listen, we barely created an open chance play. Like, let's be honest, like the Bruno shot was probably the toughest save that he made, Pickford. Name me another save that he made that was like outstanding. Can you name another save? On the free kick, the free kick as well. That was it.
The Bruno free
So them
kick, yeah.
2 chances. But again, they're not open play. You know what I mean? That's one from a free kick. So it's only the Bruno Fernandes shot that he saved. That was a good save, to be fair. He tipped it to the other side. But that's about it. That's about it.
Exactly.
That was it.
Which is
So it wasn't.
exactly the issue,
Yeah.
Saeed. Because listen, at the end of the game, we had 13 shots to their 21. If Sean Dyche came out and said we deserve the win because we had more shots than them, how can you argue him?
Mm,
Because
mm,
he had almost double your shots. You had
mm,
13, he had 21. That was not far off of double your shots. And that's the issue.
mm,
This manager says things that don't line up with what we see. And this is
mm.
where I have an issue with it because he's not coming out and admitting that we need to improve on this and that. We were poor. When is the last time Said he came out after a win or a defeat and he's like, today we were poor in this area, but we'll be better.
No,
Oh,
no, no, no.
today I made a
He
mistake on this.
barefaced lies, man. He
He
lies
never
on
does
purpose.
this. How many times
No,
do
no.
we lose? And he said, oh, we were magnificent in this area of the pitch. Oh, we defended well today, but it was fine margins. Oh, we had the XG. Oh, we got unlucky with this. Oh, it was the referees. This guy always has an excuse. There's no
Mm,
accountability, but there's always excuses. You have Ange the other day, by the way, coming out and saying that he doesn't prioritize top five because he wants to develop a team that eventually becomes the best team in the league. And then you have this manager who's saying, oh, I just care about the results because I want to get European football top five. And every time we play a poor performance, he says we were well. Like, how do these two people exist in the same league? Like, how can you give Ange the same amount of respect that you give Ten Hag? You know what I'm
wow.
saying? Like, I keep saying this, Said, and you said it before. Ange has literally been exposing Ten Hag all season, not just on the pitch.
Yeah.
Now
Facts.
it's even with his
Facts.
interviews, even the way he talks is exposing him.
Yeah. 100%. A couple of super chats here. Over 600 of you in the building. Guys, make sure you like the video. We've got traps coming in a few seconds as well. Kaz might join us as well. So big up to you lot. I think people confuse not liking the way we play and criticizing the manager as not happy for the win. You can be happy for the win and still critique. You know what? That's a spot on, you know. Big up to Olu for that one, yeah. You know, there's a lot of people today, yeah. Again, on my TikTok, on my Instagram, you know, when I put these reels, yeah, they always say, yo, man, you wanted Man United to lose today. No, I put Man United and I regard them to be in a better place 19 months in where we could dominate the game, not sit back after 2-0. Because I've seen this flipping script before. Do you not realize that? But this is the problem. Everybody's so kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for, man? They just see one side of the story and they're like, yeah, you know, we won the game. Is that all football is? Like, yeah, you win the game, but there's facets to the game. There's enjoyment. You watch football for the enjoyment as well. You don't just watch it for the result. Because if you watch it for the result, then I might as well not watch it every day and I just watch it on teletext and I'll be like, yeah, cool. Did Man United win today? Cool. That's not a real fan. Like, you're supposed to be enjoyed. And I see Old Trafford today, you know what I mean, on this TV more than ever, everyone's just like quiet. You know what I mean? The television, everyone's just kind of bored. Like, they're thinking, what the flip? And Everton, with 11 wins, are coming on here bossing them. I'm not supposed to be happy with that. And this is where people are the toxic positivity people. This is what they love to do. But we won. Stop being negative. Come on, man. Everybody on here wants United to play a proper style of football. And yeah, the manager might be not right for it. So we still can't call it out. Is that what we're trying to say now? You can't call out situations. Come on, man. That's not genuine for a fan to not have that kind of feeling. I mean, reality is we're not playing well, and we want us to talk about it in an honest way. Like, if we were losing, we say right what we're saying right now. And also when we're winning, we talk about the win, but then we also talk about the situation of where we could improve on. You have to be balanced, man. You have to be balanced. Big up to Tom. Thank you for the donation. Saying, on my way, that Ten Hag pick is pure gold. Best content creator for me. Big up Staffy as well. Come on, you're going to 63 million down the drain. Kai Havertz scores again. Listen, shout out to Arsenal, man. You're doing the job right now. I can't lie. Staffy, Arsenal winning the league. Listen, stay focused, Zane, because I know when you get giddy, you know what I'm saying? It's one of them, man. Saeed, always before the game, I want United to win, but we'll discuss it after the game. During, I will support. Facts! During the game, I don't have an agenda. I want Bruno to do well. I want every single player to do well. But after the game, I'll say to you that Rashford today was smelly. You get me? Like, he weren't great today. You know what I mean? I'll say that Garnacho should have done better in certain situations. You know what I mean? I'll analyze it. And right now, this manager is gaslighting everyone. Because like I said to you, today was probably the worst team we could have faced in a while. And yet still, we just about got over the line, man. It's embarrassing, man. Next week against Liverpool. You know we got Liverpool next week, Staffy. You know we got Liverpool.
I know. But people are gonna gaslight you and say that Hoyland is coming back, so it'll be okay. That's what they're gonna do. Bro.
Ah, man.
I already know that.
Ah, man.
I already know that.
Ah, man.
Yeah,
Ah, man.
it's easily predictable, boys. Easily predictable. I just this is what I'm saying. I want the people in the comments today to engage with us. Tell me why a midfield on paper, Casemiro, Menu, and
Yeah.
Bruno didn't look better than the Core, what's his name? Unana
Oh, no,
and
no.
Garner. Can you
Ghana.
explain to me why? But this is why, Said, what I listened to your show yesterday and I heard the
Marcel.
excuses. Yeah. I heard the excuses. We need the personnel. The manager needs the personnel. 100%. Listen, I think at the end of the day, managers need personnel to play a style of football that they want to dominate in. But there's a difference. I kept hearing yesterday saying, if you want to win the league, Ten Hag needs to get this, and that. If you want to win the league, Ten Hag needs that, and that.
Mhm.
We're not even talking about that. This is what I keep reminding people of. We are so far off winning the league that I don't talk about it. I'm
Mm.
talking about playing sustainable football. You don't go from the brand of football that we play to automatically winning the league. I'm trying to find the stage that's in the middle, which is actually playing good football, which is actually controlling games. I don't need Ten Hag to get the perfect personnel to control the ball versus Onana, Garner, and Doucouré. Are any of these three midfielders, listen, bar Onana, who I rate, but I rate him for his defensive efforts more than anything else. How come? Can you explain to me why we couldn't keep the ball against it? Why is Casemiro giving up the ball every time against a midfield like that? Every time I mention Casemiro, and you know that, Said, even you mentioned it.
I'm hard. It's hard to back him, man. I can't lie
How
to
many
you, man.
times do I get mentioned the Champions League side? What did the Champions League do for him today? It didn't do anything. That's what I'm trying to say,
Difficult
bro.
for me, man. You know what it is though? But the thing is though, why? But the thing is, how have we come to the idea that Casemiro is comfortable receiving the ball on a half turn and dictating play from there?
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying to you? Why is it that Casemiro is allowed to do that constantly and is not being told, yo, you're not doing that? Why? I don't understand it.
I'll
He's
tell you
not
what side.
comfortable doing that. He never was at Real Madrid. He never will be now. So if your main idea is for him to be Frankie de Jong, it's not going to happen. So I blame the manager. I don't blame Casemiro. I blame the manager. Big up to Eddie, set up to fail. If you know the quality, it's like playing Mctominay's number 10. Scott McTominay is not a number 10. My man is trying to play the reducer. They're trying to play the number 10 role. I'm like, broski, you're not a number 10. You see the way he's trying to pass him behind? Look at the way he pass. It's shocking, man. Come on, man.
But exactly, Said. But that's the point that I was trying to make. This manager is still, bro. We're in March, Said. We're in March. The game ends. The season ends in 10 games, and the manager is still doing the same mistakes. This is what I'm saying. When people will defend him and say he needs his players, how can I say that when the manager is making the same mistakes that he was doing months ago against a poor side? This is coaching. People need to understand at the end of the day, it's coaching. I don't think Casemiro is this bad, by the way. I don't rate him that highly like everyone does, but I also know he's not that bad. He's not as bad as we were seeing this season. Maybe you can argue that he lost a bit of his legs and whatever, but when the manager's setting him up to fail every time, he's trying to use him for things that he's not good at. I have to start looking at him. I can't look at the manager. I can't look at the players anymore.
Look at this. Look at this. Yeah. So this is our number 10. He's decided to play number 10, Scott McTominay. And look at this. Where's it gone?
You got to click it again.
Look. So he's made one key pass. You know what I mean? He's made one key pass in the whole. And this is a number 10, by the way. This is your number 10. And he's making one key pass.
But he's not really playing as a 10.
Target 0. Shots off target nothing. Dribble attempt 0. Broski, what's your role, man? Your role is this.
I'll explain.
Jules 1, aerial. That's your role. But man is actually playing him in that role. And listen, Bruno Fernandes, I don't think he had a bad game today, yeah? I don't think he had a bad game today, I'll be honest with you. But, you know what I mean? It's crazy. Is that 40 touches in the whole game? How bad is that? Let me see James Garner. Let me see their lineup. How do I check? Let me check how many touches James Garner got. Let me check here. James Garner. To be fair, he only got 50 touches. But he came off. He came off with 20 minutes to go.
Yeah, 15
minutes. Did McTominay come off, by the way? Did McTominay come off?
No, I think he finished the game.
He didn't come off in it.
Yeah, click on his game. Let's see.
He didn't even come off. Let me know in the chat. Did he come off, people? Did he play 90 minutes?
Yeah, he played the 90. Yeah, it says it right there.
He played the 90 minutes, yeah. And James Garner came off when? 20 minutes, 30 minutes ago?
Yeah,
Come on, man. This is your number 10. 10. This is your 10, by the way.
But you
This
do
is
know
your
how
10.
he's using him, Said. This is what I'm saying. This is another example where we got to blame the manager. So here's the thing. Let's dissect this, okay? We lose Hoyland. This manager knows that he doesn't have a direct backup. So what does he do? He brings in Mctominay into this team so he can kind of play Garnacho and Rashford as these wingers that kind of invert into the middle, switch to strikers, like Madrid tried to do with Bellingham, Rodrigo, and Vinicius. Okay, obviously the quality over there is much better than ours.
Yeah.
How does he accommodate for Bruno? He puts Mctominay in. But this just shows me one thing, Said. So you're putting Mctominay in to run around. And don't forget what Oli said a few days ago. He said when he knew it was going bad, he was relying on the players that gave him a consistent 7, 8 out of 10. And he named Mctominay as one of them. This is the same thing this manager is doing. He's trying to protect his job no matter what going into the summer so he doesn't get sacked, okay? He puts him in that role to accommodate for Bruno. What does that show you, Said? The minute we get injuries, players go in and out. We don't have a certain system where you can replace players leg for leg. We have to always tweak the system. And that's the issue that we've had. Our left back is out. Let's shoehorn Lindelof there to invert, even though that's not what Shaw does. Oh, Anthony hasn't been good enough. Let's put Garnacho there on the right, who does something completely different than Anthony because Anthony hasn't been good enough. We don't have a striker playing. Let's go for 4 in the midfield and play Bruno in a free roam role, but then put Mctominay to be his bodyguard, aka do all the running for him and win the ball when he loses it. This is why, by the way, you remember that with that one chance towards the end where Mctominay tried to play it to Rashford. It hit Onana. Onana won the ball, and he ended up slide tackle on Onana and got a yellow. That just shows you the quality of the players that we have. He's there to run and do a lot of dirty work, the dog work for Bruno.
And now he's affecting Kobe's game now. He's affecting Kobe's game because Kobe, I can't lie to you, last couple of games, I don't think he's been that great. I'm not gonna lie to you. Kobe now is getting concussed in the system. He's actually now, because he's having a guy who's running around all day and there's no control, and now he's sinking with these guys. He's actually falling towards these guys' levels because the midfield is so unbalanced. It's so unbalanced that he don't know what to do. And fair play to the kid, man. He's always the one that gets hooked off first. Always.
And it's always him for Amrabat, bro. Have you ever seen him and Amrabat on the pitch at the same time? I asked the comment section today on my stream that I said, can you remind me one time where Meno and Amrabat played on the pitch at the same time? Never. I don't think I've ever seen it. Maybe the Galatasaray game because we had injuries. Bar that Galatasaray game that was back in December, I think. It's been, 3 months since? I've never seen it.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. So that's what I'm saying, Said. Like, my expectations have been lowered so much. There's another talking point, by the way, that we could have. There's literally no one to play. Omari Forson is out again. Sorry, not out again. He's out now. Next to the losses that we had, the injuries. And Ahmad gets 0 minutes.
So defensive, man. You know, if Mourinho did this, if Mourinho had...
Oh, they would have slaughtered him for
Alex Sanchez or Martial on the bench, And I'm not saying that's the same difference as Anthony and Ahmad, But I'm saying if he had Alexis Sanchez and Martial on the bench, that's warning signs. When you see a manager who leaves their attackers on the bench, in favour of a more defensive approach, You know what happened last time? Antonio Conte. The reason why they wanted him sacked, is because they didn't like the manner of which he was playing games. Like he was sacked at 4th, He was sacked in 4th position. But they started to see him playing defensive players. Højbjerg, and he was going with a low block against team that he should be beating. I remember when he lost to Southampton. Was it Southampton? Away a couple of years ago. He lost to Southampton away, and they were pissed off. They were like, yo, why are you playing this formation? Like at home, he'd be playing this game and he'd be winning 1-0. But fans weren't happy. And ultimately, that's what it is. It's style. Style makes fights.
But there is no style, Saeed. That is the thing that I'm trying to say to you. Because any manager, a competent manager who has a system that he trusts, the minute you get an injury, I trust that someone on my bench can come on and do, I wouldn't say the same exact job as my number one option, but a close enough job to my number one. This guy would rather tweak the system and put runners on the pitch and to not lose games than to bring on an Ahmad, who's the only attacking option left.
Yep.
Bar, obviously, Anthony, we can already agree that he's a failed signing.
Because
he doesn't even use him anymore. And that's the thing to
course.
me, bro. All these things are still sackable offensive side. Until
Facts.
listen, we're about to finish season 2 with no style, with no idea of what he's trying to do on the pitch.
Nope.
He will do whatever it takes to keep his job, than to actually do what's right, which is have these players play the way that he wants. You could do that and still get the players eventually that you think are better for the system. Do I think Evans, as an example, who had a good game, but is he the best player for the
Yeah.
system? No, of course not. Lissandro is. Is Lindelof the best player for the system? Probably not. When Shaw's available or when we sign a new left back, that's going to be better. The thing is with this manager, he's so far off having these players play a system that every time he loses players, he has to tweak it because he's so reliant on individuals. He's not reliant on his philosophy. He's not reliant on his tactics, and he's not reliant on his formation. And it's evidential because we change every game. Said, let me tell you something. We look like a basketball team, and I'll tell you why. Every game looks different. Basketball is the only sport I've ever watched because it's 5 versus 5. It's the only sport that's heavily reliant on individuals. If you have LeBron James on your team, you're most likely going to win. You lose LeBron,
Of course.
you're in shit. That's how United looks like. When you don't have the individuals that you have to tweak it. So many teams out there. If look how long has Salah been outside? And are Liverpool struggling? No. And he's their best player. Did you see City struggle without Haaland and De Bruyne? No. Their performances dropped a little bit, but did they struggle to the point that they had to tweak the system and Pep was pulling whatever hair he has left? No, he wasn't.
No.
That's the thing about these systems. This manager is he abandoned his philosophy so much that every time something happens, he has to tweak too much. We have to watch a new thing. It looks like FIFA out there. That's what we do in FIFA. Someone gets injured, let's just try to edit the settings. Let me see if I can work something out. But that's not sustainable, Said. How is that ever going to be sustainable? If I'm Rashford or Garnacho or any of these players and I'm looking at this manager and I'm like, I don't know what I've learned about our system in almost 2 years. Like if I'm on vacation with my friends right now and they're like, yo, Rashford, so what does the manager have you guys like practicing before games? I don't fucking know. Every game I'm doing something different. One day I'm the 9, one day I'm the left, one day I'm on the right, one day I'm crossing the ball into Højlund, one time I have to take shots because we don't have a striker. One day Bruno's playing to the right, one day Bruno's playing down the middle, one day Bruno's playing deep. There's no sustainability. I can't look at this and just see where we're developing and progressing. You have to repeat the same thing to become good at it. But we're not repeating the same thing. We're just freestyling every game. And it's crazy that we're saying freestyle because we used to say that in Oli days. We used to say Oli was freestyle. Look at us now, 2 years later, 3 years later, saying the same thing. So what really have we achieved under Ten Hag?
Now listen, man. You know what I mean? Listen. Wayne Rooney. Big up to Wayne Rooney. Big up to also what's his name? Paul Scholes as well. The realist ones. Yeah. I would say Wayne Rooney and Paul Scholes, man, says it how it is as well. Wayne Rooney goes, he won't make top 4 play like this football. He said it like straight to the face. And also Paul Scholes as well. He said, how many times you keep giving the ball away? Shout out to them, because they're the ones that keep standards high. He said, if you keep playing like this, Wayne Rooney, he was like, you don't deserve it. He goes, you can't keep conceding shots like this. You can't not have possession. You can't not be the team that's on the front foot. You can't. Simple as that. You can't be like this team. And they're the ones that saying it. Gary Neville flip-flops around it. He always says, Roy Keane, he talks about it sometimes, but then he doesn't sometimes. Rio Ferdinand's the worst out of the whole lot. I'm sorry, man. You get me? He just says, but who you bringing in? Broski. Like, people tiptoe around this manager and people gaslight and say, yeah, cool, we're going places. We're not even going places. Like, you can go and get top 4 this season and I still won't be satisfied. I genuinely would not be satisfied because you're looking at where you're going as a team. Are we in the right direction? And for large parts of it, we're not. And that 23 shots, yeah. By the way, can I just let you know a stat, yeah? Man United have conceded 143 shots in the last, I think, how many games? I don't know how much it is throughout the whole 10 games, but I'm sure it's 143 shots in the last 5 games. 143 shots.
I got a better stat.
134 in the last 5 games.
I got a better stat for you, Said. We conceded 2 less shots this season than Sheffield.
Nah, that's not right.
Yeah. We conceded 2 less shots than Sheffield. Only Sheffield conceded more than us, and it's only 2 shots.
Wow. Nah, that's crazy.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Onana, by the way, None on this back line need to be knighted because the fact that they're conceding.
No, fair play. That's what I'm saying. Fair play to the back line. I'm being said they don't deserve it, I don't think the back line deserve what's happening. Like, generally. Johnny Evans, Varane have been excellent. Dalot, improving. Onana, I got to give it credit to him, even though still I don't rate him in the long term. But, he's shutting me up for now. And listen, I'm not here to put an agenda on Onana. Cool, you're doing what you got to do now. But on the whole, I still don't rate you, yeah? That's my thing. But the back line is doing their job. But you see what's not doing their job is the damn midfield and the damn attack. And that's the core of a team. It's the midfield. They always say the game is won and lost in that midfield.
100%. 100%. Because if you're controlling
then
games...
Alisson is crazy. But that just shows you how thingy.
Fair, Alisson's
7. That's crazy. Is that actually right?
Yeah, I told you. Two less shots. Yeah, 2 less shots. I didn't remember the exact number. That's why I said 2.
That's crazy. Let me just change my battery. Carry on.
No. Go ahead. That's fine. I'm just saying. I'm pointing out because I see. Listen, this United YX guy in the comments. He's everywhere. He's saying Sheffield are in 20th and we're in 6th. What's your point? The people like United YX is why I continue to do YouTube, because I don't want people to be brainwashed. I'll tell you something about United YX. United YX probably listens to Goldbridge before he comes to our comments and abuses us. That's what he does. Okay. The point of mentioning something like that, yes, like Jack said, stats don't lie. When you're conceding relegation fodder stats, that is alarming. When you're sitting here on 0 goal different in 6th, you need to understand that sometimes the table does lie. Pick up traps. Finally, someone to help me with these top reds. When you're conceding relegation zone stats, that is worrying. Being 6th with 0 goal difference, which I don't know where this ranks in the league, and conceding only 2 less shots than Sheffield shows you one thing, that you have won games because of individuals, not because of your system. If you're winning because of individuals, you have failed as a manager. You can give the praise to the individuals, and Griggs said that before. Shout out Griggs. He always said the difference between us and other teams, we have game winners in this team. One day Bruno could turn up, one day Rashford will turn up, one day Garnacho will turn up, one day Haaland will turn up, one day Casemiro will turn up. But it doesn't mean that the manager is affecting anything. This manager has developed a system where most of your stats are in the bottom 5. You're an imposter when you're sitting in 6th. Let's be honest. And we said this before, Saeed. We said if this league allows us to finish top 5 and get into the Champions League, shame on everyone who's finished under us. If you're Brighton, if you're Spurs, if you're anyone who misses out on top 5 and we get your spot, that's a shame on you, because this is one of the worst United teams that I've seen in recent years, and the stats don't lie. People want to look at the positive stats. You know what people do inside? You said this earlier. People are looking at the half. When you fill up a glass with water, some people want to look at the half that's full. Some people want to look at the half that's empty. You're on mute, by the way. I like to look at both. I can sit here and say we're 6th, but are we actually? Does anyone genuinely believe that we are the 6th best team in this country? No. And if you do, you're lying to yourself, because the stats don't show it, and the performances don't show it, and it's not sustainable. And that's why when we went and got tested in Europe, guess what happened when we went to Europe? We were the 4th best team in a 4-team group. That's how Champions League is. Only 4 teams, and you were the worst one, the Copenhagen and them. So, yes, that is the point of mentioning these stats, because your stats are nowhere near 6th. Some of them are, and some of them aren't. Big up Traps.
Yeah, Trap, before you go, man, just wanted to show you this man. You know what I mean? 4 years, we beat Newport, guys. You know what I'm saying to you? This is the plan, man. This is we're back now, man. 3-game plan, Mandem talk. We'll be here, man. You know what I'm saying to you? Traps, what are you saying, Traps, man? Were you out and about today while watching United? Did you do any chores today while watching United? Because, you know what I mean, some of the Mandem didn't really watch the game, man. It's crazy.
No, I watched it. I said, you know what? It's early kickoff. I just had it on and I was just doing what I was doing. But to be honest with you, like I mean, look, I'm not. I told you the other day, my war against this fan base. I declared war on them the other day. Yeah, I'm not even looking in this situation how these people look. I'm not looking at this game by game. 1 minute, like at these tacticals that want to sit down and say, oh, game by numbers and this, that, and the other. I'm not. fuck with that, bro. Yeah. We are now looking at 10 games left of the season. The game is up. It's done. It's up. Yeah. So why I don't understand why people are expecting change. I don't understand what you expect to be turned around in 10 games. You've seen 75% of the season already. What do you think 25% of the season is going to do? The only thing you can hope for is a win against Liverpool into the semis and possibly back to Wembley. That's the only thing you could be looking for right now. So, I mean, like today, if you look at today's game, you have to be what you have to look at is people. I'm seeing people putting stats like Garnacho's the first Man United player ever to win 2 penalties in a game. Like that's a flex. It's not a flex.
I didn't even know that. Is that actually true?
It's not a flex. That's
true.
That's what I saw. But whoever put that on there, I said, whoever put that on the Instagram, you got unfollowed, by the way. Yeah. So because that's what I'm doing now. Anyone I see writing any nonsense on the thing, I'm just unfollowing you. I'm not listening to this stuff no more. It's not good for my brain. It rattles me. It makes me think to myself, like, who am I amongst? I'm amongst a bunch of. I'm surrounded by idiots. You know what I mean? So I'm not doing that no more. But at the end of the day, right? Look at this. Look at the performance of Garnacho. Garnacho got man of the match, right? Garnacho is a fortunate guy. Garnacho is fortunate, that Everton made 2 sloppy challenges in the box. Because if you actually look at the chances that Garnacho actually had to put the ball in the back of the net, he squandered every single one of them. He squandered every single one of them, and it's only because Everton took away the end of the opportunity for the end product by penalty, by giving a penalty, is the reason why he didn't squander anymore. Yeah, that's the truth of it. These men are not finishing chances at the end of the day, but we knew that already. We saw that. We've been seeing that all season. Yeah, the manager is not changing whatever he seems to believe, because he believes that this project is going well. That's what he believes. That's what he's told.
Right direction. Right direction.
He's going in the right direction. Yeah. So he thinks, they're missing chances. Do you want another thing that I saw today? Yeah. This is how I know. This is how I am done with this manager. I was already done, but when I say, like, even if he wins the next 10 games, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what he does. I've checked out. As soon as I see his bald head, I scroll on. I'm not even interested in anything he has to say. I saw today Rashford get the ball. Yeah. He passed the rush. I can't think, it might have been Darlow who passed the ball to Rashford. Yeah. He's passed the ball to Rashford. Rashford's in the position to do a half turn. He can do a half turn. He's 1v1. Yeah. He's 1v1. He's got pace. I can't remember who he's up against, but he's got pace. It might have been that Brathwaite kid or whatever. Yeah. Either way, he's compared to Marcus Rashford on form. He's a little man. Do you understand? So it's 1v1. Rashford has passed the ball back. He's just passed it backwards to, I don't know, can't remember who he passed the ball back. This man is on the touchline next to Rashford, clapping. He's clapping. Take your shit and bounce, big man.
I didn't even see that. That's how you know I'm so like, I didn't even see that. What minutes was that?
Bro,
what minutes was that?
I can't remember, but it was late on in the game. Yeah, it wasn't at the start. It was late on in the game, right? So bearing in mind you're 2-0 up, you scored 2 penalties. Yeah, it's late in the game. Yeah, you don't really, you know what I mean? I don't understand what you're trying to shore up here, like, because at the end of the day, right? I just don't understand the way the games end. I don't understand why the games end the way they do. Like, so I think it's like, it might have been in somewhere in the 80s, yeah. But my point is this: is that why are you trying to get these men to sort of like run the clock down, waste time? Bro, you are better than Everton. Put them to the sword. Put them to the sword. So right now, you should be trying to crash their box. Everyone's busting their ball to get in the box. These tactics are absolute trash. And this is why people can't talk about Player FC no more. Don't talk about Player FC no more, because these man can do better. But because of the instructions that they're being given by this man, this is why we are where we are. Because we've seen these men play better. We've seen every single one of these men play better. People want to get onto Rashford. He played for a contract last season. Yeah? Like I said, Rashford, whether Rashford played for a contract last season or not, Rashford could have scored 5 goals last season. He was always getting the contract. He knew it. His agent knows it. The club knows it. His mum knows it. Yeah? So at the end of the day, all of this talk that people, all these excuses that people make, it's dead. Like, it's dead. From I saw this man clapping on the touchline at a pass back, you can't chat to me no more. You can't chat to me no more. Forget that.
Bro, he's mad,
home,
man. I can't lie to you, man.
He's at home.
Yeah. He's gaslighting everyone. I told you, man. He's the biggest gaslighter ever, man. You get me? Big up Kaz. Big up to everyone who came from Never a Foul. Make sure you like the video. Got 286 likes, which is absolutely, I don't know what's more haram than Ten Hag football, man. The likes or Ten Hag football, man. So please hit the like button. And by the way, this Dani Alves news, people, I don't want to comment about it because it's not true. It's not fake. We don't know what it is, innit? So I don't want to do no rumors on here. You get me? For you guys, obviously you can talk about it in the chat, but I don't want to talk about it. So big up to everyone that's mentioning Dani Alves. Kaz, chat to us, man. You get me? What are you saying, man? The game, your overall thoughts, and then we'll get to the nitty-gritty of everything.
All right. Big up, innit? Big up, Staffy. Obviously been a minute. Traps, and obviously I just with inside yourself as well, man. But I think we're all in. I think we're all in one mind, innit? It's Eric Ten Haram, innit? I am just waiting for Ramadan, innit? Inshallah, I make it to Ramadan, innit? Because I'm really looking forward. That's the only thing that's going to keep my mind straight between Man United and obviously Allah. I'm not joking. That is literally the only thing. Alhamdulillah. All I'm gonna say is Alhamdulillah, innit? That we're gonna have a new manager come this summer, innit? Because my stress levels in mentals when I'm seeing Arsenal pop, man, and also Man City doing what they do, and I'm seeing a Liverpool go from an absolute mud to the absolute top is sickening to my core. And the thing is, it's to the point now I make videos about other teams. Like, obviously, I'll run a multi-club channel, but I have to be positive because guess what? Otherwise, it looks like I'm being salty. How can I be salty if my team don't even win? I can't even do that. He talks this, you know what's more stressful than anything, by the way, is his comments after a game. They get on my nerves like no tomorrow. Like, to the boys, like, oh, did you see what Ten Hag said? I got that. So you see what Ten Hag said? I'm like, what did he say, bro? I don't want to know. But tell me anyways. And then all I see today, we today defended really well, and we played what we played because we played with a calmness, and we want to play with calm, and we want to have all the possession. But you play Mctominay in the midfield and Bruno at striker when you've got youngsters better. I saw preseason and our second team play better football than our first team. Make it make sense. That's all I've got to say. He's confused. He's got a concussion because I swear down the back of his head is looking like Rashford back in the day, bro. It's a mountain top. Like, it's going rise. And honestly, there's a Coco going up there, man. It's looking like the Coneheads because honestly, he's getting on my nerves. I shouldn't get personal. It's my bad. Shouldn't get personal about looks and stuff like that. But he's doing my nutting. Sorry. That's my rant. That's my little focused rant.
Yeah, 100%, man. You know what I mean? You know what it is for me, yeah? Like, people will say, oh, give him some more money for the personnel or whatnot. But I'm just like, yo, man, do you get me? Not when you have an ideology of sitting back and that. You know what I'm saying to you? So, I don't know, man. But let's talk about Casemiro, because a lot of people want him out. A lot of people want him gone. You know what I mean? Like, I know Cass is on here. I don't think Staffy rates him, to be honest with you, that highly. I don't know where Traps is. To be fair, I don't know where Traps is in Casemiro, yeah.
And what was I cooking in the summer, man? What was I cooking?
Yeah, he was. But Casemiro, yeah. Are we saying he's done? Do you think he's done? Do you think it's time to sell him now? Like, what the man them really said about Casemiro? Because, you know what I mean? I think everybody said about Varane. Varane's showing now why he's our best defender. Is Casemiro done, or is this his manager? Is this the manager showing his flaws even more? Let's be honest. What is it? Chat to us, man.
It's a mix of both, Saeed, though. Listen, I said it earlier. I'm stay consistent. This manager keeps using him the wrong way. Which is right away, when I said in the summer I want him sold and that clip went viral, it was because I knew this manager wants to use him in a way that he's not suitable for. I said, might as well go get someone who could do that job. But even when he doesn't use them, so it's the manager's fault. Honestly, I just think the game is too quick for him right now. Today he's picking up the ball, and I'm not gonna lie, so many unforced errors. Like I'm looking at him, I'm like, their press wasn't really organized so many times in the moments that you got misplaced when you misplace your passes. When he dispossesses the ball, I'm looking at it, I'm like, someone who's a better passer would have done better there. Now, I still think the manager shouldn't be using him in the first phase. He's probably like a second phase player where he picks up the ball somewhere about a halfway line and makes these line-breaking passes that he enjoys doing, these long passes. But, bro, I'm sorry, bro. This guy, wallahi, Saudi Arabia, if you can do me a favor in the summer, I'm going on vacation to Saudi Arabia. Wallahi, I'll go visit. I'll go do Umrah just to thank Saudi and thank Allah for that gift, because I don't want this guy nowhere near the Premier League ball. The Premier League ball.
Wow.
I can't actually believe like a year ago we were having conversations who's better, him or Rodri. Like I feel so stupid ever engaging in this conversation. This guy's nowhere near Rodri, bro. Let's just be very honest. We rate him because of what he did at Madrid. And what he did in Madrid has nothing to do with what he's doing for us now. He used to score goals for Madrid and he used to make tackles on a team that kept the ball for, I don't know. I'd love to go back and see the average possession for Real Madrid during that 5-6 years where they won all these Champions Leagues. Because now when we don't keep possession, this guy's always on the floor. I swear last game versus City or maybe the Fulham game, it was the first minute and I already saw him on the floor. First minute of the game, I'm like, bro, get your ass up. The game just started. And you're already throwing in tackles. Like, well, the game just started, bro. Relax. Today in the 20-something minute, the 20-something second, he gives up the ball in our box. It was, bro, it's your first pass, bro. Come on. Wallah, you can't be that bad. Like, there's no way. Like, you can't be that bad, bro. They keep telling me, but he has 5 Champions Leagues. Where are they? I don't see them, bro. I never see them. Insane to me, bro.
Bro, listen, you know what it is with me?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not really.
All right, when you're on traps, go on traps. I need to calm down.
I'm not really bothered about. I'm not really bothered about the Casemiro thing. You know what I mean? Like if like what you have to remember is he's the last of the unfeasible transfers, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Because he's got about 3 years left on his deal, isn't he? 2 or 3 years left. So at the end of the day, like, look, that is an L that United have got to take. If Saudi come in and say they want to give 70 million for him, yeah, that is fine. That is fine all day. But to be honest with you, the astronomical wages that he's on, the length of time he's on, the length of contract that he's on, you just got to be looking at getting a replacement in for him. Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Like, you can have them games where you can introduce.
It's not easy, man.
Last
it's not easy
and whatnot. But you've paid 70 million for him. But look, like I said, I'm not doing the accountancy. I'm not doing the accountancy stuff. Yeah, Casemiro is here. Yeah. At the end of the day, the manager is not like Stabby said. He's not playing to his strengths. At the end of the day, so regardless of what, he's always going to look 10 times worse than what he is. I'm not saying he's definitely not the future of this club. That's a fact.
No.
Yeah, and right now we're not seeing him in his best environment for us to make a full judgment on what he's doing. But at the end of the day, like I said, Casemiro's been here. He's given man some good memories. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You got Casemiro for me is like, he's just. We've got bigger fish to fry than Casemiro right now. I'll be totally honest with you. Like, I'll be so real with you. Like, there's a lot of stuff that needs to go on in the summer, but getting Casemiro out, you'd be lucky. And Saudi are the only ones. I mean, like I said, if Saudi come in for Varane and thingy, say Al Nasser or something, saying, yeah, we're getting the old band back. So Varane, Casemiro, come and join your boy Ronaldo. We'll give you 130 M's for the two of them. You're laughing. But at the end of the day, if you're going to sit there and say, oh, Casemiro needs to go on low, we need to pay his wages like we would normally do, yeah, then what's the point? You might as well let him sit on the bench.
You can't put someone...
You know what's mad? You know what's mad, yeah? Big up to Prathan for the super chat. Now, you know what it is with me, yeah? I'm with whatever the club want to do in it. But,
yeah,
Broski, this manager is said that he's in his plans. It's not as if it's just come out of nowhere. He said this is part of his philosophy. You know, he said he wants to play that mid-block and he wants Varane to be involved. Him, Onana and Martinez, that triangle. He wants him to be involved. So this is meant to be the plan. So if we're then saying it's Casemiro's fault and we want him sold, well then You know what I mean? The guy that's brought him in has to be sold as well because the way he's used him is criminal. He's overplayed him as well. Like this guy's played every single game as well. Every single game. Like genuinely, doesn't miss a game. He plays 90 minutes most of the games. You know what I mean? Barring a few. You know what I mean, bro? So you're mismanaging a player like this as well. I'm mismanaging a player like this. But like I said, if people are happy for Casemiro to be sold next season, I'm with it. I'm all for change, but people need to realize there's so much problems in the way we play, man. Like the way, he gives the ball away, but look at the way we are so mismanaging midfield, man. Even Kobe's suffering. Like we talked about before, even Kobe's not having a good game nowadays. Like he isn't. I barely see Kobe now, and I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying there's a lack of involvement from Kobe anymore. You don't really see his qualities now because he's getting caught up in the culture that's in midfield. He is mismanaged.
Casemiro is finito. And you know what? Staffy used to stress me out when he was making these Casemiro posts near the start of the season because I was in belief that we was going to get better again or something like that, blah, blah, blah. And he was onto him. I was thinking, like, what's your obsession, bro? Like it takes him a while to get going. Like, we know this. And yeah, man had hindsight on wraps that with this guy. Honestly, like, I think it was in the second half, we're defending from a corner and the ball gets headed out. And guess what he does again? Bro, he's going to the ground again. Like he went for he done the side tackle. And the guy's gone round with he's looking at like, don't get me wrong, some of his tackles were good. And then even like as well at the same time, like not everything was bad. And then in the first half, what's it called? In the first half, I remember there's an easy pass to Lindelof. The guy tries to play it back to Evans. And he nearly made us concede the goal. And I remember him trying to switch the ball to play a couple times. I'm thinking, what are you doing? Like, have you been playing professional football? Like, where's your... I watched it with Ty. I said, Ty, bro, where's his Champions Leagues at? Like, this is meant to be Champions League winner. Like, where's the experience? Because right now, he sucks. Like, honestly, he sucks. Because the space in the middle that I have. Jamie Carragher's living rent-free in my head with that image. It's the same thing. And maybe it's down to Ten Hag, right? And maybe it's not. Maybe it's actually a tactical thing with Casemiro, why it doesn't look so good. Because everyone's playing poor. Like, it's not just one player. But if we're talking about just this one in particular, you know what I want? So I'd rather get rid of Bruno and Rashford before I get rid of Casemiro. I'll be so real. And sure.
Yeah, fair.
I'll get rid of him before then. I'd rather bring in a squad with a Champions League winner in the dressing room and using him correctly. Because if he was to use him correctly, he might actually come on and shore up the shop a little bit. I can see some value in that, at least minimum, because otherwise we end up like Chelsea and there's no experience nowhere, right? We need winners. You got to install winning. But if an offer was to come in from Saudi where you get recuperate a little bit of money because we need to build the squad the way we need to build it, take it all day long. Do you get what I mean? So, but today he was nothing short of diarrhea and cheeks, fam. Like, honestly, I was just stressed about the middle of the park. Like, and then guess what? You pass it to Kobe, you pass it to Cassie, you build up with the low. Lindelof was even getting involved. The defense was good. I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time,
defense is calm.
But again, it's like you build up the play. It's good, and we misplays past it. If not, I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everton on attack. It reminded me of a Wobie and the break with Fulham with how much space is in the middle. We are second bottom for conceding shots. Now we have to rely on Anana's like brilliance and blocks of our best signing of a summer, Johnny Evans, to do a job for us. Because Anana, if it wasn't for Anana lately, I don't know where we'd be. I'll be real. I'll be so honest.
And that's funny because at the end of the day, you know what I mean? We were seeing it midweek, you know what I mean? Onana's a problem and that, you know what I'm saying? Well, it's clearly the midfield. It's clearly the control of midfield. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I've rightly cooked Onana, but that was more from anger from the start, from the way he basically single-handedly knocked us out of the Champions League. That's where maybe the most of anger came from. You get to, like,
I don't give a dash, man.
Wait, can I ask you lot to do something for me, yeah? Because it's just like, big up Faz, yeah? But I legit think Faz wants a career in being a comedian. For his comment today about we cannot be selling Scott McTominay. You lot have
where?
So
let me cook him. Let's cook him.
United stand. We cannot be selling Casemiro. Scott McTominay. I think I quoted it. I was like, "Excuse me."
Nah, man.
I'm not kidding. Man. I'm not kidding. Faz is a G. Yeah, he articulates himself well. He's funny. Yeah. He comes out the most outrageous stuff. The Zinedine Zidane, all of that. And then I'm like, I see that. I'm like, did you get caught up in the Man United PR too? Did they give you a bit of the brick? Like, because the players are starting to like Faz. Scott McTominay not getting sold this summer. We cannot be selling him. What did he do today? Saeed, Staffy, Traps, please. He was not.
Bro, I don't know.
But the thing is, yeah, listen,
But Traps rates him anyway. Traps will back
listen,
Scott McTominay up. He
listen,
rates him.
hold
He rates
on.
him.
Listen,
He rates
yeah,
him.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm with Faz.
I'm done.
I'm with Faz.
Wow.
I'm with Faz. I'm with
This is what I'm
Faz.
saying. You talk about
Do you know, yeah,
standard.
but you
You
know,
talk about Amrabat.
No.
Oh
Listen,
my
this is
God.
why. Yeah, but this is why. Yeah, this is why. Yeah, you lot hear Scott McTominay staying, and then you lot start putting your hands over your face and saying this and saying whatever you're saying. But I've made it very clear about Scott McTominay. I made it very clear. You look at Scott McTominay. You look what Scott McTominay does. Yeah, Scott McTominay. Yeah, is a squad player. You put him. Him being a part of a 24-member squad. Yeah, is fine by me. The problem that you have with Scott McTominay is that he starts every week. He plays every week. That is the problem that you have with Scott McTominay. Because to tell the truth, if Scott McTominay came off the bench and scored 7-8 goals this season, yeah, from the bench, and we was in 3rd place, yeah, and he was coming off and getting goals, no one would be asked about Scott McTominay. And that's how you should use him. At the end of the day, that's how you use him. Yeah, he's got no defensive qualities whatsoever, but you wanted to play him as a DM. Yeah, he's in the midfield. He's not the greatest passer, but in the box, he is a handful in the box. So you have to play him high up the field, and you know he scores for club and country at the end of the day. So you can't. What are we saying? Are we saying Scott McTominay is just a lucky guy that just gets these goals?
No. Let me tell you why you're wrong, Traps. I'll argue your point exactly how you present it, and I'll debunk every one of them. First of all, you just said his attributes is up front. I agree with you. Why? How come the minute we lost our 9, we didn't use him there, even though he plays attacking for Scotland? If I'm Ten Hag and I'm looking at him, like, this guy's best ability is the box. Until Højlund is back, let me use this guy. He didn't use him. So that's number 1. Number 2, he will never be a squad player in a good team. The only reason he's a squad player is because we're shit. You're actually a squad player in a shit team. That's not really a flex. And I'll tell you why that's true. Because if you look at all the title contending teams, even Spurs and Villa, would he be a squad player in any of these teams? Because what these teams have very well is that they have squad players that fit certain roles that they do perfectly. So the minute De Bruyne is out, you can use Bernardo. The minute, I don't know, obviously they don't have a replacement for Rodri, but if they have a winger out, they have a direct winger to replace him. If they have a defender out, they know who to replace it. Same thing for Arsenal, same thing for Liverpool. Do you look at any of these teams, and I'm just going to go for midfielders because he's a midfielder. Do you look at Arsenal, Spurs, City, and Liverpool, and you're like, any of these 4 teams, if they miss someone in the midfield, can Scott McTominay do a job in that midfield? Most likely the answer will be no. Because is he a DM? No, because you just said he's not good defensively, and I agree with you. And it's not just that he's not good at passing the ball from the back, because that's the job of the DM, to start the build-up next to the center backs. Is he a good 8? No, because he's not a good ball progressor. Is he a good 10? No, because he can't make incisive passes. Today, in the final third, he tried to make a pass to Rashford, misplaced it, ended up tackling Onana, and got a yellow. You were 5 seconds from getting an assist to injuring a player and getting a yellow. That's how bad you are as a player. So when you look at him, is he a squad player in a good team? No. Is he a Premier League player? Yeah, I do think he's a Premier League player. He would start for Sheffield on them men there. But would he be starting for a competent team that has a style of play and keeps the ball? No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't fit any of these teams. He wouldn't even play for Spurs, and they play Højbjerg every game. That's how bad this guy is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not crushing it on Scott McTominay at the end of the day. I'm not. Like I said, you play to his strengths at the end of the day. That's the truth. And like I said, like, these men need to understand that this guy has been. What makes me laugh about the hate for Scott McTominay, right? This is what makes me laugh, right? About Scott McTominay is that
Traps. Like, can I ask you?
I love how he changes the narrative.
No,
it's a hate campaign.
Hold on. No, because you know what? Because I'm being fair. I'm being fucking fair, bro.
Are you being playing devil's advocate just for the sake of it? Be honest, please.
I'm not playing devil's advocate. I'm being real. I'm being realistic.
You know what? You're doing.
The truth about Scott McTominay is that people want to sit there and moan about this and moan about that and say this, that, and the third about Scott McTominay, right? But we've seen what Scott McTominay can do. So you've seen it. And you'll never change that. You'll never ever change that, no matter what, right? The second thing is that people say all the managers use him, all the managers like him and whatnot, whatever, yeah. But even in games, yeah, this has been going on for I can't even know how long it's been going on for, but this manager's been using Scott McTominay to save his skin for God knows how long. Yeah. FA Cup final, yeah. FA Cup final, when we was having a great season, yeah. It was Scott McTominay that he brought on to try and rescue to get it 2-2. I think they hit the crossbar or something. Did we hit the crossbar or something? So this has been happening. Not only that, yeah. When we played the Europa League final, when Ollie was in charge, Scott McTominay was voted the man of the match by the Man United fans. He was.
I remember that.
So why are we discrediting this man? But why are we like
because that's where we need to go. That we need to move forward.
Yeah, exactly.
People like Scott McTominay who are squad players. That this is why we need to move forward. We need players who are coming to the team and taking man's positions, taking man's souls. You think like you said to me, Amrabat, yeah, is coming and he's a scamrabat and it's this and that and he ain't taking no one's position. I'm cool then. But I'm not then having McTominay because he then sits on the bench and scores the odd goal. I want players that come on the pitch. Look at Jorginho. Jorginho comes on the pitch here and he actually makes Arsenal better. Jorginho at least comes on and says, you know what? I'm going to play for the next couple of games. And he does end up playing for the next couple of games. And he gets into the team. So we want players that act like starters, that want to be in that team. I get it. This manager has an agenda.
That's fine. Listen, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine because everyone can go on like their standards are high and all this extra stuff. Yeah, but the truth is this, right? This is what. This is why I've waged my war on United fans because the truth is we got to get rid of Scott McTominay, right? Because bearing in mind we got him on the free, but like whatever, he's an academy player, whatever. Yeah, we're going to get rid of Scott McTominay. We're going to get bumped because we're going to end up with 20 million for him. 20 million, and in this day and age,
pure profit. Go on.
All right, cool. So what are you doing with 20 million, mate? What are you doing with that? Because you have to replace him.
No, wait.
You're going to have to replace him.
I tell you,
replace him. No, hold on a second.
Let me finish. I tell you, a proper midfielder that we need. Yeah, strikers are strikers, wingers are wingers. They are attackers. McTominay is a multifunctional midfield. I hear it, but that's not how we've seen him used. Yeah. He doesn't need to be there.
Are you replacing him with
Mctominay, who is quoted at 17 million for Borussia Gladbach that Liverpool was going to go get, but they couldn't get in the end because of funds that they needed to keep, apparently, and also Chelsea chasing him and multiple clubs. This guy is everything that you need next to a Kobe Mino, the guy that when I tell you now, he's been likened to the dribbling like Moussa Dembele. Because guess what? He really don't lose the ball. He can drive a bit, and his defensive qualities is something that we need. I told you, player. That's a fantastic player who will get picked. By the way,
bearing in mind, people. This is where I'm going to start getting technical now, because bearing in mind, people. These two motherfuckers over here, are the ones that we're telling you that Amrabat was the one.
Yeah, I'll tell you. And I still won't judge him.
Listen,
I'm cool with holding the L. I'm cool with holding the L, though.
You're telling
you're holding on to cash. You're holding on to rubbish. I'm letting go of that rubbish, chaps. I'm letting go of the rubbish. You're keeping on to the rubbish.
It's trash. At the end of the day.
Yeah, but listen, I got it wrong. But you're persistent on a guy who.
No, I'm not being persistent. I'm telling you, end of the day,
you are. You said you want to keep him.
I look for things. Be realistic about it. At the end of the day, you're telling me about a guy that is uncharted territory in the Premier League that you want to go and pay for. You want to go pin your hopes on him. Eventually, if it goes left, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do now? You can sit there blame the manager. What are you gonna do? Blame the Glazers. Who are you gonna blame?
Right now,
blame the manager. Spent 10 million on him.
Traps, I can't lie, you're doing up Neji setting so much, and I can't believe that I'm actually listening.
Honestly, I'm not doing up Neji settings. I'm being realistic. If Scott McTominay sits on the bench, listen, answer me this, boys. Yeah. If Scott McTominay sits on the bench and plays 15 games in all competitions next season, do you give a fuck?
Yes, if we lose those games because this guy can't affect the game.
It's got to a point now where even his presence in the squad irks me. Even his presence in the squad, I don't want it.
So it's a personal thing. So it's a personal thing then.
No, it's not personal. He has to go. It's like Fred. Fred has to go.
He's not good enough. He's just not. Why are we sending for mediocrity?
I'm not gonna lie. The only reason he's still here and Fred left is because Fred is Brazilian. I'm gonna be very honest with you because there's nothing that he does that Fred didn't do. Fred is the same thing that you're describing McTominay, maybe a little bit better. Because even Ole came out the other day and we talked about players that he played when he needed them the most, and he needed 7s and 8s out of 10s. Guess who he mentioned? He mentioned Fred and he mentioned McTominay. I used to go into Manchester derbies confident that I have Fred on my team. I wasn't confident we're gonna win. I was like, you know what, bro? Fred got me, bro. Fred fucking got me today. Fred is gonna lock up their best player.
And your
That's
goals
my
last season.
fucking guy.
I think goals and assists last season. Did he not?
Bro, he had like 14 GA. Remember? By the way, it was his highest scoring season last season, and we sold him after that. Guess if Mctominay had his high scoring season this year, which I think he has, people would be like, give him a new contract. But because the other guy's a midget from Brazil and his wife is taller than him, they want to mock him and they said sell him. Bro, his team has been undefeated in Turkey since he went there.
Bro,
this guy was locking up.
You know.
Bro, the guy used to lock up De Bruyne in derbies, bro. Said used to go to Old Trafford. He's like, you know what? It's 10 versus 10 today because Fred is canceling out De Bruyne. The rest can take on. Do we do the same thing with McTominay? The guy comes on and scores headers here and there, and we think it's anything good.
Hold on. You just said, yeah, Manchester derbies, yeah, used to have confidence, right? Is that what you just said? Sorry? No, did you say Manchester derbies? You had confidence.
Some confidence.
In Fred.
When was the last time you had confidence, bro, big man?
In Fred. That's what I said. I didn't have confidence in the game.
But Fred would do a job, though. He's right. Fred would do a job.
I trusted Fred. Not that do we win the game.
All right, cool. So you had confidence in Fred. When was the last time you had confidence with Fred being on the pitch? When was the last time that happened?
I can't lie.
Fred was good last year, bro.
No, when was the last time that happened?
Fred was good. Did you forget what he did at Barcelona? Did you forget what he did at Spurs?
Listen, when was all I'm asking you is when was the last time?
When was the last time?
I just said last year. I don't remember. Just check when he was playing last year.
All right, cool.
He had a great year. Let's see.
So the management. So the manager was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I would suggest. I would assume.
No, last year. I'm talking about last year under Ten Hag.
Oh, so you're talking about last year 2-1? Is that what you're talking about? That game.
Yeah, because I was very confident with that.
I'm saying last year in general, I trusted Fred, especially in the Manchester derby. Yes, but I'm saying he had a good season.
So you trusted Fred one time.
No, I'm saying he had a good year. What do you not get about what I said?
I'm confused.
No,
Fred last year had his best year. This manager used him for one thing and one thing only. He used them to press high up the pitch. Fred, the one thing Fred was intelligent on the press. He knew how to win the ball. Yes, his execution was shit, but he still did enough last year where he had his highest goal scoring season. We finished third. He was an integral part in most games that we won, especially in the Europa League.
Next to Casemiro.
And next to Fred, what's his name? Eriksson, who lacked legs. He made up for all that. I knew his limitations. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and do revisionism about Fred like he was this baller. He wasn't. But Fred, at what he did, since you want to talk about McTominay and what he's good at, Fred had something that he was good at that McTominay isn't. And that was something reliant to the midfield. McTominay doesn't give you the same press in the midfield. McTominay doesn't give you the same outcome in the final third as Fred did. He scores a header here and there and everyone gloats about it. So how come if this is what we're going by, and this is my question, if we're going by midfielders who do a one-dimensional job, how come we sold Fred? Because Fred was actually better at one thing than McTominay was. All of a sudden, McTominay's scoring headers and we're glorifying it.
I am not going to lie to you, yeah. Fred being sold has not crossed my mind since the day he left this club. That's the truth.
Well, you compared it though.
That's the truth. I didn't compare. You
used to talk about Fred and Scott McTominay kind of thing.
I did not compare Fred and McTominay. Not once.
I'm baffled. Chaps, I'm just going to say this, innit? Just one. I'm disappointed in you, innit? That's what I want to say.
You can be as disappointed as you want, but the truth is the truth.
The truth is just your opinion. Opinion is subjective. It's not the truth. And I think most of us in the chat would agree that it's probably not the truth down to our opinion, which is subjective. No one's right or wrong, but more time we have eyes. That's why I said, you know what? I thought you like ballers, innit? Like I thought you like good football. I thought
you can't discredit my opinion.
You know why? I discredit it? Because you know what?
Discredit my opinion based on how you look.
We always talk about
because you can't discredit my opinion based on what because like the truth. I've told you what his attributes are. And his attributes, in fact, is the reason why you ain't sitting in 10th right now next to Chelsea. I
can't lie yet.
And then people want to turn around and say, oh, because we're having such a shit season, that's why he looks good. All right, so what about Darlow then? Because Darlow is having a great season. So what is he shit now as well?
Darlow's got way more ability in this and a better football.
But they're in the same team.
I hear it. But anyways, we're comparing shit with more shit. Anyways, there's no point.
You know what I'm sick of?
Darlow's got more in his lock-up than just a goal. Dalot got more in his locker. Big up to Ugwa Renent. He says, I dislike Eric Ten Hag
He's got more in his
football.
locker, and we're still 6, mate.
I'd rather play Dalot at attacking mid than Scott McTominay. How about that?
I don't rate Dalot that high.
Play him wherever you want to
I'm
play.
not gonna lie. I'm not slandering anyone
Still
from our
six.
backline this year. Just saying that when you conceded the second most shots in the league and you have joint second most clean sheets in the league, I'm not slandering anyone from Maguire to all the defenders that we have. No. For the rest of the season, I'm not slandering defenders. I'm only slandering midfielders and attackers because that's when we lack the most.
That's
Right.
what it's
Evans,
this
if
season.
Evans is our best defender next to Varane,
Yeah.
if Dalot is having a great year, if all these players are actually doing a job, I can't be sitting here slandering. We're on Sheffield United shots conceded numbers, but you're joint second clean sheets with Everton and whatever after Liverpool or whoever's ahead of us. We're second place. I'm not doing that, bro.
I've got a comparison with the Scott McTominay last thing on it because obviously it gets boring talking about the same player. Go on, Said.
Before you go, I dislike Eric Ten Hag more than everyone, but Casemiro's not fit for purpose. He has nothing to do with Eric Ten Hag. Don't make excuse for Casemiro. He is dead. That's a fair point. Listen, that's your opinion, Ugwa Reds. I disagree slightly. I think there's a balance of both. But listen, I think you're right, But yeah, go ahead, stuff, Kaz. I think he's right, man. The defense don't have no blame this season when you deep it. It's more than midfield.
Yeah, so the way I look at it is like when Ronaldo scores 17 goals, we used to say, but Ronaldo affects the whole play, which he did, and said it doesn't let the whole team thrive. It's the same thing with Scott McTominay when he plays. When he plays, the whole team is having, as we say, 10 men. So it's no different from having that man. But obviously, in Traps' fairness, he said squad player. Yeah, he didn't say starter. He said squad player. If you want to bring on someone at the end to maybe throw one at the end of the game, fair enough. But for what we need is pure profit. Because guess what? We're in a situation in it where we need money and we got an injection and we need to spend as much as we can on good enough. And not saying everyone's going to be a yes and say it's going to be a good signing. There will be some bad signings along the way. Amrabat, why I don't really get onto Amrabat too tough is because this bald man decides not to give him at least a run of games to prove himself at all. Because he's been used at fullback and in the middle. And how many times have we seen a player that's actually got some ability, right? That actually doesn't get games. And when he comes on, he plays 20 minutes here. He might play in another 6 games. He might play a game there. He can't get the rhythm going or let alone allowed to adjust to the league. So that's why I don't get onto Amrabat too tough because I haven't seen it enough because there's not enough a big enough sample size. But when he has come on sharp or fit or whatever, it's never enough really because he can't get going. He saw him at Palace. He had an okay game to be fair and whatever. They scored 1-0 from what I believe from his foul anyways. And then he just dropped him and he didn't decide to use him no more. That's a fact. And guess what? He's just a loan. So if it don't work out, it's not the worst thing in the world. I've seen Amrabat absolutely for Fiorentina. I've seen the way he tempo set the game. I saw him boss Declan Rice in the final. Yeah, and that's facts.
Right. You can't tell Kaz. You can't tell Traps that.
Down Mbappe as well, isn't it?
Anyways, no, stop doing it because guess what? He had a phenomenal World Cup, by the way. He had a phenomenal World Cup. Not just their Mbappe moment, because they got to a semi-final for a reason. We was watching group stages of Morocco and all sorts, and he was always the guy that was clear. Even for Fiorentina, I watched specifically Bundesliga last year. This year, I can't lie, I haven't watched no other leagues here and there, just the odd matches. But last year, I'm a football fanatic. I watched Bundesliga and I watched, Serie A. Serie A was serious last year. Everyone was watching Napoli and I was watching other little games here and there, yeah. Fiorentina, the way they play football was high tempo, press them high up the pitch, get from back to forward, split the defenders. That's why I was gassed over Amrabat. So anyways, it's not the point. He hasn't succeeded and he's not going to stay. So I don't care anymore like that. So
who's he improved though? He's brought in his guys here. Who has he improved?
I thought he was improved. Johnny Evans. No.
But Johnny Evans would have been good regardless, I think, for me, man. Like, you don't
didn't improve
Johnny Evans.
Improved. I mean,
Johnny Evans is professional.
He's improved.
Johnny Evans is a 3-time Premier League winner.
He's improved Johnny Evans. No, you didn't let me finish. He's improved Johnny Evans' fitness. That's it. So anyway, that's all
he's been out injured for a while, man. He's been out injured and he gets back in. You know what I mean?
He's always in the squad.
And by the way, yeah, see people talk about this loan stuff, yeah. Like I'm hearing that this loan costs 8 million quid, by the way.
Yeah, 8 million it costs Amrabat.
So
I'm blaming the manager.
Yeah, but you can sit there and wax lyrical to your blue in the face, but this is what I'm trying to say.
More reason
justify that. You want to justify this. This is what I'm saying. You want to justify this stuff and act like the standards are high. Yeah?
Traps, that's more reason why we need to sell Scott McTominay because of decisions like that. There you go then. 20 million, 25 million, 30 million.
I am not an accountant, yeah. I'm not an accountant, yeah. I am a football fan at the end of the day.
Ryan in the final they lost. Bro, have you not seen Mourinho teams? You can get bossed and still lose to a look at Chelsea versus Man City. You can boss a final, my guy. Of course you can. You've seen it before. Sorry, Daniela. Sorry, I'm gonna guess that you're a woman from that name. But you can boss a player in a game and still lose it. We've seen that many times. Countless times. No, I'm just saying. So yeah, sorry for calling you my guy, because you know I don't believe.
Like I said, I'm not sitting there saying, and I'm just saying, look, if you look at the situation as what it is, for what I believe it is, I don't think that somebody who you have on the bench that comes on, that fills in, and is happy to do that with a smile on their face, is a problem. It's not.
But you know what it is, chaps?
Mctominay has never once come out and said, I want to play the first team. I want to do this. I want to do that. He just got on with it. He's taken whatever stick he's been given at the end of the day. So if he plays 15 games and he don't moan about it, I'm not asked about that, to be honest.
Well, how can you say that, chaps? Can you not say that Ten Hag had to play to save his skin? So clearly he wanted to play first.
That's on the manager, though. I'm saying that's on the manager.
Clearly he's proven to be issues then. So clearly he wants to play football.
How is it an issue? Because if a manager comes in and says, right, Scott, this is what it is right now. Yeah, you're coming in the last 20 minutes to shore up the game, or you're coming on to get a winner, or you're doing what you're doing. Because you said, even when you said earlier about the team, it's like playing with 10 men. When they played with Brentford, when we played Brentford and we was losing 1-0, Scott McTominay was the one that saved the day, mate. So he wasn't even involved. So how many men would you play with them that day? Listen. I just believe, right, that because United fans love to moan, because they like to moan about the Glazers, or they like to moan about the weather, or they like to moan about the kit colour or the grass or whatever. Yeah, they're just making Scott McTominay a bigger problem than what he is at the end of the day. Like, this guy's gonna get money. I don't know if it's this guy, but whoever it is, he's gonna get money. Whoever the manager is next season, they're gonna get money to spend. They need to spend that money in the correct way. And at the end of the day, we should be thinking to ourselves, we need to sell this one, we need to sell that one, we need to sell that one, because it's got contribution really detrimental to the squad, is it? It's not as detrimental.
Okay. Let's move on. Let's move on to Varane. What about Varane? What are we saying about Varane? Yeah,
because Varane is gonna go.
He's still our best defender.
He's gonna go because of his contract. But I would actually keep him one more year. I would keep him one more year.
Yeah.
Do you know what issue?
2 years.
The only issue. I don't know about that one. Why I say I don't know is because I don't know how happy Varane would be on the bench. I think there was issues that he didn't like being on the bench this season. Do you remember when Maguire was starting over him? And that's one thing.
Yeah, of course.
He's not happy. We need to build, in my opinion, and I think everyone can agree, a partnership, an actual centre-back partnership. And if Varane's not in that partnership, which we can see the way the world of modern football is going, he doesn't fit that. Yeah. But it's like we can't have him coming in every other game kind of thing. He's calm, but that's only if he's accepted that he's going to be, not playing as many games and might come for some cup games and Champions League games. If we do get Champions League football, maybe, right? Yeah. And also, the last point is something that we all complain about is the wages. Like, and so I mean, if you're going to get Omar Barada, he's going to make it all incentives, like bonus structure, low wages and pay structure. Yeah. Jump for Man City. But if you want to hit them higher, you better perform, and you can earn your money and earn your worth. So it's one of those. It's one of those things. Maybe, I don't know. And if you get 20 million for him, are you going to say no for him, which is quoted?
No.
Is that
what is it for Varane?
I don't know, but wait. Does his contract not run out potentially? Is it this year? His contract.
I think his contract expires next year, but he's not accepting the new contract because they're trying, as you said, go for the new wage structure where it's a little bit less wages, but you make your money from the incentives. And he feels like he's at a part of his career where he should be getting this. This should be his biggest contract because he declines from here. So that's what I'm saying. As I said earlier, I think he's going to be gone just because of that. But if I had to choose to keep him or not away from his wage structure and his contract, I would keep him because he's had a great year. He hasn't been that injury prone, and we are going through so much change next year. Yeah, he hasn't been injured. We're going to change a lot next year. That he's one less player that I want to worry about. I want to address other areas on the pitch. Not my best box defender, arguably one of the best box defenders in Europe, because the way this guy was playing against City, where they were swarming us with crosses into the box, and he was on the end of everything. You look at that performance. For his injuries, I'm not worried about him. If I can guarantee that he'll have a similar season to this year in terms of injuries, 100% I will keep him. because
Oh,
I need to worry
yeah.
about other areas.
You know what? If we're going to get rid of anyone, like, can we all agree that Lindelof, Maguire need to go first before we even think about Varane going?
Lindelof needs to, bro. He needs to be banned from football.
We do need a new right centre back, but might have left centre back because we're talking about new left back for the summer. I've got my own theory of why we're going to get left back with Malacia. They're all legends, of course. But I believe Luke Shaw might get moved to left centre back and maybe Varane, and we can only focus on one. And that maybe even have either Willie Kambawala as the fifth choice, maybe, or have Johnny Evans as the fifth choice. So we can focus on midfield and attack because that is a major. We need like 2 midfielders. We need like 3 attackers. It's crazy, isn't it? So I understand that part. Yeah, it's you raise good points. You raise good points, Staffy, man. And he's a winner.
We extended Lindelof's contract. I think we extended it to 1 more year. You know, he's here for a year.
Yeah, but
he's here for 2025.
I believe we did that so we can get some more sell-on value. You know, like that.
Bro, he ain't gonna go, man. I doubt anybody buys Lindelof. Like, bro, he's never been on the cusp of leaving. Like,
no, he's rated in Europe. Side, don't get it twisted. Barcelona wanted him. Yeah. He would easily go into the Serie A or La Liga. He was rated by
I know, but nobody seriously came in for him because nobody knows his value. Like, you don't know what his value is. Especially with 1 year left on his contract.
You got to remember he's a captain of Sweden as well. So
yeah.
He does have some value.
Yeah, we need to sell Shaw though, man. I know we can move him to left side, but just keep him on the bench then, man. And so he's not getting. I say that he just gets injured. Honestly, a bit of wind could hit him, and somehow he's injured. I'm done with this guy, man.
Benfica would. Yeah, listen, Benfica would. But listen, man, I got to give it to Varane, Evans, centre backs, Dalot as well, improving every day. Yeah, I mean, fair play. I don't really rate him in the long run, but this season, been our best player this season, if I'm being really honest with you. Defense. Listen, the defense here, I can't actually complain. I cannot actually complain.
Because they're doing the job, which is defending. But you notice how we're not praising them for anything on the ball. 0 on the ball attributes.
Yeah, this is what these are change.
Exactly, which is why I'm sitting here. Next year, by the way, even if we get a new manager, I don't expect the style of play to be full effective in the first year. You'll see glimpses, but you won't see a concrete style right away.
Why not? Why not? Wait. Can I ask you why not? If I can see it with Ange Postecoglou and that, and he changed just a few of the plays, not all of them, just a few of them, like the fullbacks and stuff like that, and the center, one centre back and that. Why can we not see it?
No, you'll see something if you're lucky and you have a decent manager, you will see something similar to Ange. You're not gonna go on a run like they did in the first 3 months because I think that was more of a managing.
Funny, but Van der Ven and the Doji is like, yeah, they're just anomalies in this, isn't it? Really.
Exactly. So you'll see. I actually do think you get lucky and you see something similar to Ange, but you also need to be aware that watching Ange, this isn't the final product, and Ange actually knows that because they kind of died out in the second half of the season. So that's what I'm trying to say. But Ange is doing that with Emerson Royale and them men in rotating in that team. That's why I'm saying there's no need to get rid of the likes of Varane yet, because for you to be getting rid of one of your best players in certain aspects, because he's arguably our best defender when it comes to just purely defending, he is our best defender. You don't get rid of players like that to get a certain profile until you're later in the phase. Like, look at Aubameyang as an example. He was their best goal scorer. He didn't leave until later because he knew, okay, now I'm comfortable enough to start chopping my highest wage earners and my top players to start getting players that are actually going to now benefit the system. And now we're ready to take the next step. Until you're ready to make the next step, you're not getting rid of Varane. Like, you can't be doing that.
I've got another theory too for you lot. And even the comments get involved as well. It'd be nice to see some comments about this in particular. We always talk about how bad Man United have been and how bad we are with build-up, right? We can all admit we're probably the worst team in the league when it comes to build-up. Sheffield United probably got better building up than us, if not the same. Yeah, at times. If Varane's got a better midfield in front of him and he can get bypassed because Anana, that's why we brought in Anana for, right? And we get that's fit enough and you got Leica back, hopefully, and whatnot. Really and truly, that kind of hides the deficiency of Varane. Because when I was looking at stats, if you want to do stats, bro, left foot, right foot, like he ain't that bad at pass. He just looks a bit awkward, but the options he usually has is awful. So imagine you bring
his passing angles.
So imagine you bring in some high IQ players. Does that not make Varane even look even better? Like
it does.
Look what he done at Real
Madrid. We're not ready for that conversation. We're not ready for that conversation.
He had Modric and Kroos. You're not going to get a Modric and Kroos today. But he had when he had ballers around him.
Man, it's true. It's true. Maybe not for Casemiro, but I think Varane, it does what we're doing. If Ten Hag still in.
Them here are saying one thing in one breath about Casemiro this. Next thing you know, they're making a whole support plan for Varane. Are you not taking a piss, bruv?
Yeah, because Varane is much better at his job than Casemiro.
Forget him. Forget Varane.
We're talking about winners,
bro. Forget Varane. Yeah, he needs to go. Get him out. Yeah, he needs to go.
Why? Explain.
Because at the end of the day, right, you have to look at it like this. Yeah, what is the point of having a man like Varane in the team? And 2 years from now, you're gonna have to replace him and start again. Just start now.
No, that's not. Wait. Hold on. Traps, that makes no sense. If I want to rebuild my house right now, let's say I want to reconstruct my house, and the construction guy told me, listen, this house will be ready in 6 months, and I still gotta live in it until he finishes. Yeah, start with the roof.
Exactly.
I don't care. Yeah, take the roof off. Fuck no, you can't do that. You can't take the biggest elements in your team.
Hold on a second.
Bro, we did that with De Gea, and you said we should have kept De Gea.
Hold on a second. Hold a second. So Varane is the roof. Is this what you're telling me?
No, he's not the roof alone.
When I'm talking about Varane's the fucking roof, bro.
Wait. Listen to me.
If Varane's the fucking roof, no wonder it fucking leaks, bro. Are you taking a piss?
No, it's not leaking because of him. Are you, Traps? You are moving crazy today.
No, you're moving.
We are
crazy.
not. No. Traps. We are by no means are we leaking this year because of Varane. When we are conceding this amount of shots and we're not conceding enough goals, that's a sentiment to the defending. If you go look and check his stats, he's actually averaging some of the highest stats when it comes to defending in the box in the league. When his team conceded the second most shots, bar Sheffield. So that's actually a sentiment to how good of a job he is. If we're sitting here and praising him and Evans every week,
but no one said that we don't want him to start. We all said that we wanted a new centre back. It just doesn't mean he can't be in the squad.
But I gotta fix my midfield first because I'm conceding shots, Traps. If I stop conceding shots and now I need a ball playing center back, then I'm gonna be like, you know what? Get rid of Varane because now I'm ready to take the next step. But I already have Lissandra, who's been injury prone, and I got rid of De Gea, who was purely a shot stopper, for Unana, who had a shaky start to the season. My number 6 is dead, so I'm conceding so many chances, and I'm taking out my best defender because I have to get rid of him in 2 years anyways. That means nothing, bro. I'll worry about it in 2 years. I have bigger fish to fry, like you said earlier, right now, than Varane. Until I stop conceding shots, I can't take out my best box defender because guess what? The ball's still gonna be in my box. So there's no way you can skip steps, bro. You're skipping steps.
He wants Francis Ngannou. You know what I mean? Traps here. He wants a Francis Ngannou to go in there with the Lions here, not be prepared and get KO'd like what Anthony Joshua did. That's what you want, right? You want Francis Ngannou.
You know what? Let me tell you something. Listen, this is what I said to you. I said this to you last week here. Staffy, you remember what I said? See, whatever you lot are going through, I hope it gets fucking worse, bro. Yeah, I hope it gets worse because you know what is you don't know where to start, where to finish. Yeah, it's always like this one excuse for one person, one plan for one person, one retirement plan for another person, one support plan for this one. Yeah, no, but this one. But we need a whole new squad.
Bro.
Yeah? So
I feel like I've been very logical.
You know what? You're right. I'm wrong. Yeah, I'm wrong. I'm gonna sit here and I'm just gonna enjoy myself in my bubble because Man United don't affect me right now. So you lot, enjoy what you lot enjoying because I don't know what you lot are telling me about.
Bro, I'm not enjoying anything. Traps. What are you talking about?
I'm telling you now, Varane.
Why? Okay, explain to me why. Can you tell me why?
Do you know why Varane needs to leave? Do you know why Varane needs to leave?
Okay, tell me.
You're talking about if we get another defender, this and the other. Varane is not happy at sitting on the bench. He's not happy at sitting on the bench. So then what are you telling me about keeping him for the squad?
He can start.
What's he going to do? He's going to be moody.
That's what I'm saying. I said he starts.
How does that help the squad? Oh, Champions League winner, Real Madrid. Yeah.
What have I said that, Traps? You know I don't use that argument. I actually cook people for that argument when it comes to Casemiro. The only reason I'm not giving Varane the Casemiro treatment is Varane is still elite at what he does. Casemiro, in my opinion, is not elite in what he does. This is why I would get rid of him. What has Varane shown me this year where I'm like, you know what, this guy's so shit, I need to get rid of him? There's nothing, bro. There's nothing. You want me to get rid of my most consistent defender when my second best defender has been injured all year, and I don't even know who I'm going to get in the summer. If you're telling me, and I'll give you this, maybe you'll agree with me on this. If you tell me you got to get rid of Varane now because the opportunity cost is to Debo or someone who's going to move and get a big move next year, I'll be like, you know what? Now I need to act because all the best center backs are about to move to Liverpool, City, Arsenal, blah, blah, blah. Then I'll agree with you. But when I'm looking at isolation of what's going on in a little bubble of this, what United team is right now, and you tell me address the top 5 issues, Varane is not even in the top 10 for me. That's how far off he is from.
I never said he was. Yeah, but at the end of the day, what I'm talking about is an overhaul. Yeah, an overhaul. So at the end of the day, if you want to overhaul the squad, overhaul the fucking squad. Simple as that. Just overhaul it. Yeah. Don't be sitting there thinking, I can keep this player because because this is what people do. If you look at City, if you look at Arsenal, look at yourselves, bro. Look at yourselves. Look at what you need. Yeah. Look at what you need. Yeah. Yeah. God's gonna help everyone else here. Help yourself first, bro. That's what I was taught. I was taught God is going to help everyone else. Help yourself first. That's what I was taught. So at the end of the day, if you think to yourself, that this, you can say, he's gonna be all right, or he's done well this season. What if you don't do well next season? Bro,
no, but that's not an argument, Traps. That's hindsight.
Kept him that long.
No, that's a weak argument. I'm sorry, brother. That's a weak argument.
His mentality's gone. That's better excuses. Go and get your fresh centre back and take your L's with him until he gets. Simple as that. Go and get your centre back. The one you're looking at, thinking, right, this is what I'm getting. This is the next 7 years.
Traps, he's not my weakest link. This is what I keep telling you. He's not my weakest link.
Listen, all right, cool.
Of course it matters, Traps.
So if you go and get a centre back, if you go and get a centre back and he ends up on the bench, what do you think is going to happen?
Bro, then I'll get rid of him the year after. I don't care. But you're telling me now
you're going to get rid of him the year after for what? Why couldn't you get rid of him this season?
I just explained because I'm glad that him starting this.
Man, you know what it is. Man, you're scared of change.
Mctominay and Varane. That's the message from Traps. Keep Mctominay and Varane United back.
Sorry, this is what I was about to say. Yeah, you're doing what your argument is full of. Your argument is full of what ifs and not facts. The thing is, what ifs are great. What ifs are great. What ifs are great and all, like, in hindsight. But then you got, if you're gonna make one argument for one what if, then you got to do the complete opposite for that what if. What if he's actually okay with playing second fiddle because he knows he can't play as many games? Wait. Hold on.
There's evidence.
Whoa, slow down. Let me finish. Yeah, let me finish. Yeah, the whole point I'm trying to say is, what if he is with the whole new project that Ineos is doing and everything there, and all the sporting side of things, he might actually buy into it and want to do something for the club before he leaves to somewhere like Saudi. Maybe he doesn't want to go Saudi. Like, I'm just saying again. I'm doing the what ifs, but that to the opposite of what your what ifs are. So in that case, let's keep moving forward, Traps. You made a plan and talk about safety plans or whatever plans that you're saying for Casemiro and then another player in Varane, but you're doing a whole plan scenario to keep Mctominay. Do I want someone that offers me something world class in box defending, or somebody that crashes the box here and there against Brentford here and there?
No, well, you keep him. But the difference is, like I said, a squad player, someone who sits on the bench and don't fucking complain, bro. You've seen this. You've seen this. No, hold on. You've seen this. You've seen this. Yeah. When Maguire started over him, he didn't like it. He didn't like it. So you've seen that. Why are you not taking that into account? Why is that not being taken into account?
All right, what about the account that McTominay wasn't happy and the fact the dressing room was happy, so Ten Hag had to play McTominay ever since? Why are you not taking that into account?
Where'd you hear that from?
What do you mean, bro? You said that he played McTominay to save his job. And if I remember correctly through reports, because there's bare leaks at Man United, McTominay wasn't happy with his game time, right? Remember that one? Everyone remembers this one. Back in October.
He was walking on the pitch versus Bayern. Remember the first game, 4-3.
Do you remember this one? Anyway, so on that note, Scott McTominay is also not happy with his game time. So he's been starting him ever since and giving him games here and there, blah, blah, blah.
It's a manner as well.
So put it in a
Ten Hag didn't communicate. Ten Hag didn't communicate, Traps.
Scott McTominay runs Manchester United. This is what you're telling me.
No, he's just bang average. But bro, he's just bang average.
Listen, Alex Ferguson's got links with him, man. Yeah, I mean, Alex Ferguson gives him that kind of praise. You know what it is, though, Traps? No, hold on a minute. Traps.
Bro, we created a whole fucking trophy for this guy. Remember? Bro, in 2016,
we're not gonna wrap up. We're gonna wrap up soon. Bro,
in 2016, we created an individual trophy for him. You know the ceremony at the end of the year when they give away Player of the Year.
I don't want to get rid of Varane, but not with McTominay.
They created an individual trophy for him.
Hold on. Let me just say.
Let's land my point. Can I land my point? Can I land my point, Traps, before you go? My thing is, it's the way you talk to someone. Varane wasn't dealt with properly. My man, Ten Hag said, I want to play tactics. I want to do tactics, even though he didn't explain it to him in that way. And that is disrespectful to a guy who's a Champions League winner. And like I said, even in the game against Copenhagen, should have played. He should have played, should have played the biggest game. My thing is, it's a manner of Traps in the way you speak to someone. If you tell someone, you're not going to be first choice, but you're going to be, because of your injury record, we're going to rotate you or whatnot, but I'm going to still respect you, I think then you can look at a guy and say, right, I feel say no more, he's communicating well, but he didn't communicate to him, but he's communicating to McTominay in that way. So that's the difference for me, why a player falls out or not, or why a player doesn't feel like they can sit on the bench. It's the way you talk to a player. Explain it to him. Are you first choice or are you second choice? But go on.
Just to clarify, I gave an opinion on Scott McTominay, right? And the opinion was, that I wouldn't get rid of him because at the end of the day, I'd play him I'd put him in a position where if he wants to leave. If they sell him, I'm not going to cry about it. But my thing is this: if you're going to overhaul the squad, if they sell Scott McTominay, I'm not going to be fuming about it. But at the end of the day, if you're going to overhaul the squad, don't just start nitpicking at one player. Get rid of them all. Get rid of them all.
That's never going to happen, though.
But can I ask you a question?
Happened at Chelsea.
But we're not Chelsea. Have you seen our way we sold?
It hasn't worked.
We're not Chelsea, but we must look at Arsenal, examples at Arsenal or examples at Man City of why we should do things like that.
Because they're better run clubs. Of course, I'm going to take the better example.
Have you seen our highest fees for people?
Full of Pella excuses, man. You man just don't like change. I'll be honest with you. You man don't like
never made an excuse. We're explaining, bro.
10 years sitting there moaning about shit, Man United. That's what we're going to do.
What excuse did we make? Can you explain to me tell me one excuse we made? Because I really don't see what you're talking about.
What did I say that was wrong? We so bad. Even under Fergie. Fergie, we're still so bad. We've been selling bad for a minute. So, and in history, what shows me Chelsea have always been good at selling because we run down players to the point where they got no value and then we ask for too much money. That's a fact. So, the idea of, in theory, of course, Traps, man, overhaul, of course we would love it, man. Of course we would. But we know our club too much. I know we believe in Ineos, and I know we believe in we want to believe in it and buy into it.
Ineos is so bad now.
No, we never said.
No one said talking about old Man United again.
No one said no. No one said
old Man United again.
Hold on.
You know what, you man? Yeah, enjoy this. Enjoy this, you man. Enjoy all of that. Enjoy that.
Yeah, but I'm not. I know Ineos.
We're gonna wrap up soon.
Putting people in place, and they're putting in the correct positions and all that stuff in the club. But that doesn't mean that doesn't change the fact how clubs look at some of these players. Lots of clubs look at these players and know that Lindelof is dog shit, and they know that other players are still dog shit, and we're still not gonna. We might not demand higher fees. We don't know that with Ineos shit because we got nothing to go off of. But the fact is, us getting rid of about 9 or 10 players or 8 players of the overhaul is never going to happen, man. Because even Saudi don't want. Because Saudi don't want our players. Chelsea got lucky with Saudi, bro, and that's a fact. And that came through. They had Cooper Bally in that. They had high-profile players that are still wanted, like a Cooper Bally in that. We don't have that. We have to start getting rid of. Who the hell wants Scott McTominay Maguire, really, other than a David Moyes type player or Eddie Howe, these Brexit managers? Yeah, no, not really anybody else. They got nothing of value because they're garbage. Because we can see it. That's a fact. So really and truly, we probably see about 6 players go and maybe 5 players come in or something like that. And that's just my opinion. That's I think max. And that's if we're lucky. We might even see 4 go out and 4 come in. I don't know. I just have no basis to go off because the sample size of Man United, even during the third year, has been shit when it comes to getting rid of the players. And when he usually boots the players, usually it was just 1 because our squad was successful. So if you need 1 to go, 1 will go and 1 will come in. That's,
Listen, we're gonna wrap it up here, man. It's been a very, very good show. Thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you like the video, people, man. It's been a very, very good debate, man. Like I said, Saeed TV, we never shy away from debates. 458 likes. Come on, guys. We've had over 1,000 people throughout the whole video, and 459 of these only liked. 459. Come on, guys. Let's get up to 500 likes. We're gonna redirect to Staffy. He's got a NBA watch along in about an hour. So make sure you tune into Staffy TV. Big up Staffy as always, man. You get me? Like,
yeah,
it's
I'm not
crazy,
beating
man.
the NBA allegations.
Never quiet.
I'm not beating the NBA allegations, am I? Everyone who says stick to NBA, I guess I exposed myself there. But listen, big up the men for this show. Great show. Big up to everyone in the comments. Traps, listen, we know you're an AG in a Traps costume. Take the costume off. We've exposed you. We know that's not real Traps. Bring real Traps back.
Don't worry, man. The traps in the hair.
Who made this?
The hair, man. The hair.
Who made this? Who made this?
I don't know. Someone just made it, man. You get me? 4 years, people. Man, the top represent. It's just funny. Every time I watch this, it's funny, man.
Have you guys clocked that time? Looks like Amrabat, by the way.
I know. That's what I'm saying, man. Allegations right now. You know what you should do? First half performance, and just put Tyrone's picture on there, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, it's crazy. But yeah, Staffy, big up, man, always.
Big up, bro. Big up Traps and big up Cass and Said, and big up to everyone who watch. Make sure you guys smash a like on the video, like Said said, and always a good debate, bro. Always a good debate.
Come on, man. Always. Traps, big up, man. We'll catch up again next week, man. Come on, you already know. Clip this up, man. Clip this up and tag Staffy. Clip this up, Traps, yeah, and tag this Staffy.
Listen,
in
I'm
there,
not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing. I told you. All I'm gonna do. I told you what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm gonna sit back. Yeah, and I'm gonna let you, man, argue all this shit out, and say your points and that. And the reality of it is, when it hits, yeah, you man are paying for your sins of. Anyway, I'm not getting into it. Forget it. Enjoy it.
Yeah. Say less. Big up to yeah. Big up to Kaz, man. Listen, big up to you. Check out his channel. He did a reaction video today. You got me. Make sure you check it out. All of his content. Big up Kaz as always, man.
Yeah, save. All appreciated. And you know, chat talks about forgiving sins. I mean, Ramadan's coming out. It's the best time to hope, inshallah. Like Allah forgives our sins in it. So there you go, Traps nullified right there. Thank you very much.
Oh man. Big up, man. Listen, people, I'm 50-50 tomorrow for the watch along. I can't lie. I thought I was gonna do it, but this ankle is killing me, man. I need to put some more ice on it. So it'll be tomorrow. Late fitness test.
Yeah, what did you do? Bite your ankle or something, man? You don't go much.
Bro, I got caught in these little potholes, man, in Stockport, man. It's pissing me off, bro. And now it's just, bro, if you see how big this ankle is, it's just swelled up, man. It's gone out of control now, man. I can't even rest it now. So I put ice on it. I'm going to try and put more ice on it. So 50-50 watch along, late fitness test. If you see it, you see it. If you don't, you don't. You know what I mean? It is what it is, people, man. It is what it is.
Side is doing on my last year. He can't promise you guys a return date. That's all he's doing.
Yeah. You may see me for the reaction video, and that's about it. And obviously Sunday show. I'm just going to rest up, man. I might even watch a game from my bed. Yeah, I mean, I'll be real with you. I might just put my laptop on, just watch a game from bed all day. You get me? Just chill. So listen, people, there's a watch along. I would love to do it, but listen, it is what it is, people. We're out. Take care. Bye-bye. Peace.